Welcome to English Easy Hub. Join us as we ignite the flames of your English learning journey together.
Please subscribe to watch and embark on your English learning journey. Don't miss out on the exciting content. This dialogue focuses on practical and effective techniques to improve American English speaking skills. It covers essential areas such as pronunciation, fluency, intonation, vocabulary, and cultural understanding. Simon, a dedicated learner, seeks advice on overcoming common challenges like awkward conversations, grammar mistakes, and plateaus in progress. The conversation is a deep dive into actionable strategies, including shadowing, using idioms naturally, active listening, and integrating cultural nuances into communication.
Hi, teacher. I've been trying to improve my American English speaking skills, but I feel like I've hit a wall. Can you guide me on the best techniques to sound more natural and fluent?
That's a great starting point, Simon. To sound more natural, you need to balance 3 pillars: listening, speaking, and understanding cultural nuances. Start by immersing yourself in authentic content, such as TV shows, podcasts, and real-life conversations. One powerful method is shadowing, where you repeat phrases right after hearing them. Have you given that a try?
I've heard of shadowing but haven't practiced much. How exactly does it help? I feel like my pronunciation is decent, but my tone and rhythm don't feel natural.
Shadowing trains your ear and your speech muscles simultaneously. American English relies heavily on stress, rhythm, and intonation. For example, rising intonation in a question or emphasizing key words in a sentence conveys emotion and meaning. By mimicking native speakers closely, you'll internalize these patterns. Start with short clips, like movie scenes or podcasts, and focus on replicating not just the words but the pauses and tone.
That sounds helpful. But I also notice native speakers use a lot of idioms, slang, and informal expressions. Should I spend time learning those too?
Yes, but start with moderation. Focus on idioms that are widely used, such as spill the beans or piece of cake, as they're common in casual conversations. Slang is trickier because it changes quickly and varies by region. Instead of memorizing it, focus on understanding it so you're not caught off guard in a conversation. Which idioms or slang have you encountered recently?
I've heard phrases like on the ball and keep it real, but I don't feel confident using them. How do I practice without sounding forced?
Good question. Practice them in low-pressure environments. Use them when chatting with friends or in writing exercises. For instance, if someone asks about your progress, you could say, "I'm trying to stay on the ball with my practice." It's all about weaving them into natural contexts.
That makes sense. Speaking of conversations, I sometimes struggle to start or sustain them, especially with strangers. Any advice on improving that?
Absolutely. Starting a conversation often requires observation and curiosity. If you're in a cafe, you could comment, "The coffee here is amazing." Have you tried it before? To sustain conversations, focus on active listening. Acknowledge what the other person says and respond with questions or related comments. Conversations are like tennis. You volley back and forth to keep it engaging.
That's a great metaphor. But when I respond quickly, I tend to make grammar mistakes. Should I slow down and prioritize accuracy over fluency?
Early on, fluency should be your main focus. Communication is about connecting ideas, not achieving perfection. Think of it as building confidence first. Accuracy can be fine-tuned as you progress. Native speakers themselves often prioritize fluency over perfect grammar in casual speech.
That's reassuring. However, I've noticed my pronunciation sometimes gets in the way. People occasionally ask me to repeat myself. How can I improve?
Pronunciation is a critical aspect. Start by identifying sounds that are challenging for you. Common ones include the th sound in think or this, and the schwa sound in unstressed syllables. Use minimal pairs like bat and bet to practice distinctions. Recording yourself and comparing your speech to native speakers is another effective way to pinpoint areas to improve.
Recording myself might help. But how do I know if I'm correcting mistakes properly? Sometimes I don't notice what's wrong.
That's where feedback is essential. Work with a native speaker, a tutor, or even use apps that analyze pronunciation. These tools can identify subtle errors. Pair feedback with consistent practice. Repetition solidifies muscle memory for correct pronunciation.
That sounds manageable. But I sometimes feel stuck, as if I'm not making progress despite regular practice. How can I overcome that?
Plateaus are a natural part of learning. When this happens, push your boundaries. Practice discussing unfamiliar topics, join debates, or try storytelling. These challenges force you to adapt and grow. Also, revisit old material. You'll be surprised at how much easier it feels, which reinforces your progress.
I hadn't thought about revisiting old material. That's a great idea. On another note, how important is understanding culture in improving my American English?
It's vital. Language and culture are deeply connected. For example, Americans often use small talk to build rapport, like discussing the weather or sports. Understanding these cultural norms helps you engage naturally. Pay attention to transitions in conversations, humor, and even gestures. They all add layers to communication.
I think I've overlooked small talk. I usually avoid it because it feels superficial, but I guess it's important. How can I practice it?
Start small. Chat with cashiers, coworkers, or neighbors about everyday topics. For example, say, "Looks like it might rain today," or "This store has great holiday decorations." These short exchanges build confidence and make small talk feel more natural over time.
That's a good approach. I've also been wondering, how do I stay motivated? Progress feels slow, and it's easy to get discouraged.
Motivation comes from setting achievable goals and celebrating small wins. For example, mastering a new phrase or holding a short conversation is worth celebrating. Also, tie your practice to things you enjoy. If you love sports, watch games with American commentators or join fan discussions. Make learning fun and meaningful.
That's great advice. I'll focus on what excites me, like sports. Thank you so much for these insights.
You're welcome, Simon. Remember, language learning is a journey. Embrace the challenges, celebrate your progress, and stay consistent. Mistakes are stepping stones, not setbacks. Keep practicing, and you'll continue to grow. I'm here whenever you need guidance.
In conclusion, mastering American English requires a balanced approach combining consistent practice, cultural awareness, and feedback. Key takeaways include prioritizing fluency over perfection, leveraging shadowing to improve rhythm and tone, and embracing small talk to build confidence. Progress may feel slow, but setting achievable goals and enjoying the learning process are vital to staying motivated. This dialogue serves as a comprehensive guide for learners to refine their skills, connect more authentically in conversations, and build a strong foundation for continuous growth.
Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share to keep the English learning journey alive.